take that from me, no. I'm gonna be who I wanna be. Oh, say what you wanna say.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. The stakes have been raised here in the wild card round as it's time to win or get an early start on the offseason. It's the Buccaneers going up against the Cardinals. So with kickoff approaching, let's send it over to our commentators here this afternoon, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
We find ourselves at the home of the world's first retractable natural grass field as you get a look inside University of Phoenix Stadium in Glendale. Coming up, it's the final game of Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a good NFC matchup in store between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Arizona Cardinals. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. They come out here in the eye. Now the first carry for Doug Martin. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. So this brings up a 2nd and 2. They run it again with Martin. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. So oftentimes you see defensive holding. Here it's offensive holding for the flag. That'll go as a loss of 9, and it leads to 3rd down. So now 11 yards to go for this offensive unit. It's 2nd down. Following the penalty, Martin. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7. And here's a look at the starting offense. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. On 3rd down, Winston. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. So opening drive, 3rd down. They complete the slant to move the sticks.
And ordinarily, it's a high percentage pass when you throw it. And receivers like to run that route because it gets the ball in their hands pretty quickly. Just a couple of quick steps upfield, break towards the middle, the ball should be there, and then they can do some work afterwards.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Dayon Buchanan. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
Well, surprise, surprise, partner. No, we know it's not a surprise. When you try to complete a pass against this Cardinals defense, there's a reason that they are known as the no-fly zone.
Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. Following the interception, Cousins. And his first pass is incomplete. The tight end, Jermaine Gresham, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Let's look at this offense now, and let's talk about John Brown.
An exciting young talent from Pittsburgh State, home of the Gorillas. Hard to cover, great moves in short areas.
The first carry now. This is Johnson. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. And a quick look at the Buccaneer defensive starters.
Quan Alexander is one of the exciting linebackers in the league. His forte, speed.
On play action, Cousins. He gets it to Brown, complete. And 12 yards that time and picking up the first.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
Throwing, Cousins, screen play, Johnson. A good pickup there on first as a screen pass gets him 8.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Second down, Johnson. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. All week in practice, they stressed grounding, pounding the football, and they really executed it well there to get the first down.
That usually means getting back to being physical in practice, because when you emphasize pounding the football, it doesn't really come together unless you practice it the same way you're going to play it in the game. That means more bodies, more pads, and a whole lot of popping last week, and they got it done in the game.
They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, 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 and what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Second down, Cousins. It's caught left side by John Brown. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 5 at the 4.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? In the red zone this time.
Let's go! Green!
They go play action here on first down. Flush to his right. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Kerwin Williams from 4 yards out. And the Cardinals have taken the early lead. So he scrambled right, but was able to look back toward the middle of the end zone to find the target.
As you know, in this game, sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules, because we all know most guys throwing the football are taught never throw back into the middle of the field on a scramble. He did it and got away with it for a touchdown.
Instinct sometimes, right? They just take over.
Instinct and vision. Sometimes you just see people who are open, you're able to get it to them.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Now the Buccaneer offense set to take over again. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice gain right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
And a first carry here for Charles Sims. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Bucs in possession of the football as we begin the second quarter. And they've got it here with a first down. First down, Winston. He's going to loft one deep left side here. That's caught inside the 20. A gain of 39 that time. The last drive he threw the pick, but he's not shy. He's going downfield again there.
And you can't be, because if you back off after throwing an interception, your whole game plan just goes right out the window, and it makes things easier for a defense. And you and I both know there's a quarterback in this league that's any good that doesn't throw an interception occasionally, and they usually bounce back in a big way. I've seen guys throw 5 and still find a way to win the game in the end. That one good for 10 yards, and that'll make it second and a foot or so. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit. Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it. Now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence. We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away, but the bottom line is that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
An extra DB added here for the Cards on third.
Blitzer play coverage.
Just a gain of a yard, but it's going to set him up with a first and goal.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. They come up in an offset eye. First and goal from the 5. They run. Martin, only a yard that time. Second and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
Second down, Winston. Buying time, and he will score. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Jameis Winston, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Buccaneers are an extra point away from tying up this football game. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And last year that would have been a net gain of 5 on the return. This year he stopped where he would have been if he had taken a knee, and that's at the 25. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They'll have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to.
And that's caught inside the 35. A huge play there for Arizona. 46 yards.
All right, partner, that's it. That's a video game highlight catch right there. Acrobatic, one hand, come down with the football. Look, if you and I are playing Madden right now, I'm throwing down my control. I'm done. That's it. I can't do this anymore. Yet, we see it happen just about every week. All these guys need is a chance, and they're making those types of plays, even if we don't believe what we just saw.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. Give him 8 on the play, and it'll be second down.
I'm going to show my age here a little bit. We used to talk about running backs catching the ball as safety valves. Nowadays, they're a big part of the passing offense.
Quit acting like you're so old. You're only 65. So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point, you've got to win at the point of attack. And on that play, that was all the defense. They made it happen.
And John Brown's got it complete. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. 2 minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. Back with more NFC playoff action after this. First down throw for Cousins. And Gresham's got it over the middle. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a second and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Cousins now on second down. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it first and goal.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Only a yard on the pickup there. Second and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
Cousins, deep drop. Escaping the pressure right. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So do you put it in your quarterback's hands again? That's the question here on 3rd and goal. Cousins on 3rd and 2. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
And that was a nice play. He knocked it away, but obviously you want the interception in this situation.
And now the Bucs deciding to take a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. This is less than an extra point, just a 19-yard attempt. So they kick it through to take the lead. There is a little bit of time left, though, here in the second quarter.
And while they're concerned about not giving up a big return or giving up points themselves going into the half, how good do they feel, though, putting points on the board themselves right near the end of the first half?
Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about at the half. Why do anything else? Just get out of there.
One receiver to the left is Evans. They come out here in the eye. They start the drive with Martin. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup. As we send you on down to our studios in Orlando, where standing by is Larry Ridley with our EA Sports Halftime Report. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see.
A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Brent Grimes. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. One man in the backfield, that's Martin. And he'll get it up the middle. And some room to work. And he'll cut it to the right sideline. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. They come out here in the eye. Now Sims. He'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. Back to the ground. This time it's Martin. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. At 5 yards on the play there, as the drive will continue.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. They run again on first down. Martin fighting him off.
Just ran right through the trash.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Doesn't matter who you're rooting for in this game. The effort of the man with the football, getting away from one and trying to turn forward and get some yardage, I really liked what he did there.
They'll try to throw now. Winston. Evans has it left side. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Short of the sticks after that completion, and now it's third down for this offense. They'll run it. Here's Martin. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up first and goal.
On third down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. They come out here in the eye. Here's Sims on the run. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
That play never got off the ground because of the defensive front. They owned the offensive line, which allowed the linebackers to see their openings and run straight to the ball. That's why that play just never had a chance.
Now Jameis on second down. That's caught at the 3. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. That throw good for only a couple and brings up third down. This defense hasn't let him in yet. They'll need to stiffen here. Third and goal from the 2. They'll run for it with Martin. And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Doug Martin taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Bucs are going to retake the lead. Able to punch it in on third down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a fourth down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now. They trail offense first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. He sets to fire deep. And got his man complete. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
Larry Fitzgerald was the intended target, and that'll bring up second down.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit and it forced an incompletion.
Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up. And now here's a timeout defensively coming from the Cardinals. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. And they'll start this drive with very good field position. They try to fire up the running game with Martin. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Second down, Winston. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Bucs. They've got the football. They also are in front here on the scoreboard as we start the fourth. They come up in an offset eye. First out, here's the run with Martin. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
And the next snap coming inside the red zone here. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Again, it's Martin. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard.
Tough day. Tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Toss play to Sims. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
Well, partner, they might want to tear up their scouting reports a little bit here because they just broke tendency. 3rd down, you don't ordinarily see a toss. They ran it, and they ran it really well and picked up a first down. I love the way the edges were sealed, which allowed him to get to the corner.
So it'll be first down here after the run. They come out here in the eye. They pitch it out to Martin. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. And in this situation with a lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. On second down. Martin. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a second level player.
Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Third and short yardage. Winston. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. And 4th down coming up. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And Aguayo's kick is good. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. So, Charles, I think from a defensive perspective, you have to look at that field goal there and consider it a win.
You were able to keep them within a touchdown, so no question about it. That was the kind of stand that keeps you in ball games.
That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because it didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
And let's see what the defensive coordinator may have up his sleeve here to try to get this final last stand and win this football game. Second down, Cousins. He's got time in the pocket. He's going to look deep down the field. That's caught at the 25. A big-time play there by the Cardinals. 52 yards. And I guess, Charles, sometimes when you have a receiver well over 6 foot, you do that. Just put it up there, let him grab it, and he did.
And it certainly appears like a 50-50 ball, right? We always talk about that when both sides have a chance to get it, the receiver or the guy covering him. But I think the odds actually are in favor of the offense. They can see the ball coming oftentimes before the defender can get his head around. So I think that really goes to like 70-30, and they should be able to go up and get it most of the time.
Well, he got it there. Cousins to throw it. Fitzgerald's got it right side. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Second down now after the pass completion. Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. He's back to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
So many offenses want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. Well, he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
He'll look to throw. Underneath for Johnson. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and goal. And now the Bucs deciding to take a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They come out here in the eye. Now they send the tight end in motion left. They'll run it with Johnson. And he is across and in for the score. tie the game in the final stages with the extra point.
Or they can go for two and go for the win. And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down one. That extra point is not a gimme.
So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Now Winston. It's brought in by Adam Humphries. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. That'll be their third and final stoppage here as we step aside. Winston to throw. Finding time. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And an overtime playoff game, but the rules, they stay the same as they did in the regular season.
That's exactly right. Whoever scores first, unless it's a touchdown, the other team has a chance to match. That's how it really gets played out. But remember this, no matter how far we go in overtime, in the regular season, there was only one period. Here, we're going to go until we have a winner.
Nothing between these two teams for 4 quarters. Here we go to begin overtime. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. So they will set up shop. Excellent field position in the red zone at the 19-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. They have great starting field position here in overtime. You can bet they're not thinking field goal. They want to win this now.
And we know with the still relatively new overtime rules, the mindset has changed for everyone around the league about getting the ball because you want to score the touchdown to end the game. In this case, for this type of field position, even more of an emphasis on that. Settling for a field goal would feel like a failure now.
And he'll get this one down to about the 17. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Shift together here from the D-line. They go to Johnson again. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. And the tackle there by Quan Alexander.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And now the Bucs deciding to take a timeout defensively. They'll be left with 2 remaining here in this overtime session. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side, and the back goes into motion. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 left here in overtime. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to at least get them a lead here in overtime. And Dawson's kick is good. And with that, they take the lead here 20-17. We thought this game would be a good one. It did not disappoint into overtime, and it took the field goal to win it.
And we always pay lip service to how important it is to play defense. And usually we focus on the big offensive pyrotechnics, right? But in this case, they got the ball back on defense, gave themselves a chance, and they capitalized on it with a victory.
And I don't care what distance that field goes from in overtime. The knees are always knocking, but he pushed it through.
Not only that, think about your snapper, your holder. A lot of nerves for them.